public confidence in policing has been shaken to its core in recent years by the hollowing out of neighbourhood policing, the collapse in the charge and prosecution rates, the delays in bringing criminals to justice, and, as we've seen today, evidence of serious failures on standards, including with the Met, the failure to root out police officers who themselves had committed the most terrible and unthinkable crimes. There will be police forces outside of London who might shrug their shoulders and say, this isn't us. But I've worked in criminal justice for decades, and I say to them, wake up. The findings in the Casey report are a warning for every police force. Louise Casey catalogues in grim detail the culture, attitudes and practices of a police force that's lost its way. She pulls no punches in exposing a police force where poor management and basic lack of workforce planning have undermined the effectiveness of the force. Predatory and unacceptable behaviour has been allowed to flourish. A government that I lead would accept the findings in the report in full. We would work not just with the Met, but with policing institutions and forces across the country to ensure that deep reforms and changes are made. The new Met Commissioner, Mark Rowley, has our support in the work that he has now begun to turn around. But he must go further and faster, and he will have our support in doing that. You cannot separate the failings laid out in black and white today from the political choices that have led us here. The report makes clear there's been a hands-off approach to policing since 2011. This approach has been accompanied by haphazard cuts, people feeling that law enforcement's effectively been withdrawn from swathes of the country. Accountability has been destroyed, progress halted, and then slammed into reverse. After 13 years of Tory government, policing is yet another public service that is collapsing, no longer serving those who rely on it, sacrificed to a Tory hands-off ideology that has failed. The British policing model, which we should cherish, began here in London nearly 200 years ago. Unlike most forces across the world, our police are guardians, not guards, rooted in the powerful tradition of policing by consent, where the police are the public and the public are the police. But that vital tradition is in peril. And without the biggest overhaul in policing since the force began, I fear for its future. We must rebuild confidence. Today is a day for action.